something wrong here on the YouTube stream. Good morning, Rosie. Great to see you. Let me just start off by telling you something kind of funny. Not so funny, but kind of funny. Yesterday, we were here, we were doing our live, and I was sharing truth. And I was, for the past couple of days, I've really been, let's say, hard truth. Let's just call it hard truth. I haven't been so delicate or really concerned with how people are going to feel about the truth. Now, I wasn't saying anything bad. I didn't say anything wrong. I wasn't trying to cause division or anything. Quite the opposite. As you all know, that's not what I do. I come on here and open the space for everyone. But somebody yesterday, let's just say, spiritual entrepreneur, somebody who obviously likes to feed off your hopes and fears and your wallet, didn't like the fact that I was telling you you have the power within you to change and heal and transition yourself. And you don't need all this hoopla that you're taking part of online, because they're not doing anything. And as I started my meditation yesterday, all of a sudden, boop, TikTok went white. And I had these big red banners. You're suspended from live. Reason why? Hate speech. It goes against our community guidelines. Do you agree with this? Yes or no? No. No, I wasn't speaking hate speech at all, not in any way, shape, or form. And then you have an option to appeal it, and you hit the appeal button and you can type something in. And I said, go scroll through one of my hundreds and hundreds of videos on your platform, or the 8,000 videos I have on social media, and find one where I'm projecting hate speech. As I said, as a matter of fact, go watch the live that you just stopped me from doing and show me exactly where I was. And it said that I was going to be suspended for a week. And about an hour later, I got a message back that says, your appeal has been approved. Thank you for your patience, blah, 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 blah. We value your content. You know that message they sent out. But you know what happens now to that person that did that? Their account gets flagged. Their view count goes down. They get put in a different section of the algorithm for making a false claim. A false claim. Somebody didn't like the fact that I was speaking a truth, and it resonated with them in such a coarse way that they hit the video, reported the live, and chose hate speech as their option. And what was I saying at that point? I was saying it doesn't matter what your political view is. Put aside the political views, put aside the religious perspectives and the individual spiritual paths. Put down the wall and the border and the color, and embrace everyone as that one true divine awareness. That's what I was saying yesterday when somebody decided to declare that hate speech. So, with that being said, my friends, obviously, here we are. It's another day. We are without a doubt meditating today, because I didn't get to meditate with you on Monday because I didn't want to. I didn't get to meditate with you yesterday because somebody decided to be a deceitful person. And we're going to meditate today because it's a beautiful day. It's a new day. And as I've told you many times, every single day, every single moment that you are presently aware of your life is a new opportunity for you to start over. So here's what I'd like to do today. Every single day, it's generally a topic. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m., I'm here, and we usually have a topic. And then on Friday, it's questions and answers. But today, here's what I want to do for you. If you have any questions, if there's something going on in your life, type it on the screen. Let's have a conversation, share something, get something off your chest, let something go. Let's connect. Let me connect and just talk with you for a moment. And let's just see how you feel and how your day goes on from there. I promise, you give me an opportunity right now, you are going to feel better. So I don't care if you want to talk about boyfriend, girlfriend, politics, religion, the pain you've had in your life, the hurt you have in your life, the fear and anxiety you have in life, if there's something going on inside you that is clouding your mind, that is inhibiting your heart from just being, if you are just trapped in this kind of mindset and thought, share it. If you're comfortable enough right now writing it on the screen, I will read it and I will answer it. If not, we're just going to meditate today and that's going to be it. Why? Today is day, 52. Right. I just got an itch on my face. And it feels like there's something on it. Today is day 52. 52, no, 53. Today's day 53. Friday is day 55. So we've had the most profound conversations. I have shared some of the most profound insight and guidance over the past 50 days. So you can go back and watch those if you're new. And if you're somebody who's been watching, been with me for weeks or watching, it's time for you to really start reflecting on these things if you haven't already. So I'm asking, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out. The Dancing Trucker, how you doing, man? Kojo's Dojo, how are you? Nick Quick, how is everything going? Chrissy, 1958. Chrissy, 1958, how are you feeling? Megan, good morning, Megan. How are you doing? Renee, how are you? Megan, Mariska, oh, thank you so much for the likes. Megan, may your day be filled with joy and love. I hope you're well. Thank you so much. Mariska, thank you for being here. Rosie, Peter, how are you all doing? Woods, Megan, the love you're sharing right now. Thank you. Megan, I don't know if you've been here over the last few days, but I've been saying that what you're doing right now is everything. Is everything. I'm here. I have an open space, a caring space, and it's a beautiful space of sharing. And if there's something going on, you know that you can feel that intention, that kindness, that gratitude. And when you tap the screen, Megan, you're sharing that love back and we're sending it out to the collective. Thank you for always sharing with us. You are more than welcome, Megan. Thank you for sending me so much love this morning. Ooh, that's a good one. Aknastanite. Aknastanite. It's kindfulness. There you go. I haven't seen you in a while, but I love that name. I remember the first time I saw you in one of my lives, kindfulness. I loved it. Kindfulness. And I don't have my pen and pad with me. I wanted to write that down. I'm looking around for my pen and pad. Where is it? I just did a live meditation and it must be still in my car. Yeah, it must be still in my car. That's weird. I'm like kind of bugging out right now because it's like a really important book to me. And I don't see it. I'm gonna have to check my car later because I had it with me when I did the meditation on Saturday. But kindfulness. I'm gonna have to remind myself of that. Hi there. Good morning. I'm fabulous. I'm listening to you. Thank you, Rosie. Hey, what's up? King of the Void. How are you? Good morning, my brother. Amanda Griffith. Griffith. Makes me think of the Andy Griffith show. Andy Griffith. Hey, Caleb, how you doing this morning? So look, how are you? Megan, kindfulness. El Vico. How is everybody doing? What's going on? How you doing, Oak Tree? If you're, I'm not laughing at your name. Walking in the woods right now. King of the Void is walking in the woods right now. That's awesome, man. Walking in the woods. It's a good name for a song. I was before we went live, I was playing my hang drum this morning, man. And you've probably seen the video, Adam, walking in the woods, where I'm playing out in the rain when I still lived in Connecticut and stuff like that. Yeah. So how is everybody doing this morning? Because I'm feeling good. Why am I feeling good? The last few days on our lives have been kind of stressful. Not stressful, frustrating. I guess, every so often we have to get to a point where we have to kind of vent out those things that we've just been observing. And they don't make me angry. They frustrate me. I won't lie. They frustrate me at times. And it's good every so often to openly and honestly express yourself. And you should definitely try it if you haven't with the people you're closest to. That way you don't get to those moments where you're built up and you're tense and you're stressed. But I did go back and watch, which I never do. I just said the other day, I'm like the Daniel Day-Lewis of the little spirituality community, because I don't watch my videos back. I really don't. But I did watch Monday and Tuesdays, just really to see if my dynamic, if my demeanor, if my words, if something I was saying could be taken out of context. And I got to tell you, I watched my own videos, and although I'm completely judgmental against my own appearance and stuff like that, which I shouldn't be, I just don't like watching myself. I was agreeing. I was agreeing with myself. I was like, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. It was like almost as if I was watching somebody else. And I was like, no, I'm leaving these videos up. And it even is good at the end, because like on the YouTube and the Instagram side of it, you see what happens. I'm just sitting there. Okay, everybody take a deep breath, breathe in real nice. And when my eyes were closed, I was able to see like that flash of light. So I just opened my eyes just to make sure like the internet didn't go out. And I saw that I was suspended from TikTok live. And I was like, so you could even see it. I watched it. I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm all confused. And I'm like, let me go and sort this out. So I do apologize for the abrupt ending, but I don't apologize for being abrupt or rough around the edges over the past few days, because we need that, for lack of a better description, rude awakening every so often, even when we are really working hard on things and trying our hardest to be that change and that we want to see, and all those things. We still kind of fall into comfort zones every so often. And that's okay. Like I said, we're not here to be the guru in the cave, and we're not here to completely be human. We're here to form something in the middle, the balance in between the ethereal and the physical, right? So it's okay. It's okay when we have those slip ups and those falls, because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And it most certainly is all in preparation for whatever we're going to experience when we go beyond here. I always learn so much from you. Thank you. Rosie, thank you so much. You have been just such an infinitely kind person over these last few months. You are always here. You have been dedicated. I know you are soaking this stuff in, and I'm just so honored to be able to connect with you, Rosie. Honestly, thank you. I really, really, truly hope one day we get to physically meet, and I really hope that happens with so many of you. Who's that? Who's giving me that love over there this morning? Somebody's liking the live. Somebody's sharing that love with me and that gratitude and projecting it out into the collective. Jessica, there you are, Jessica. Good morning, Jessica. So what I was just saying is, check this out. Even Adam, who I was just talking to, King of the Void before, sorry, what I was just talking about, he lives in Chicago. I live in Illinois now. I've been, friends with him online here for, it's got to be at least 7 years now, at least. And I'm probably off on that. But he lives in Illinois. I've never met him. And that's also my fault. It's not his, there's nobody at fault. But I've been dying and would love to get together and meet everybody. And I've been threatening for years to do another retreat. I did a retreat when I was with Drumeo at my home. We had 14 people right in a hotel down the block and right on my property. Every day we hung out, and I had 12 pad sets set up in my living room. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Me and Dave Atkinson from Drumeo, we just taught drum lessons and life lessons, and we did yoga and everything. It was incredible. And I want to do another one. But this past Saturday, I hosted a live meditation, an introduction to meditation. at a local wellness studio here in where I live in McHenry, Illinois. And one of my supporters for years, who's been following, her name is Nella. She's a mom, works, lives down in Southern Illinois, married, children, wonderful, beautiful person. Have had incredible conversations with her online. She drove up 2 hours 2 hours to come to the meditation. And she drove home 2 hours, and an hour of that was in some seriously brutal weather. As soon as it was very interesting, about 10 minutes after the meditation ended, we just got this massive downpour, this incredible cleansing downpour. It was really appropriate and perfectly timed. But anyway, I got to meet Nella. I got to like say hello, hug her, and sit there and talk and like physically just be in front of another person and share that energy. And it was so incredible, my friends. It was. And I love doing this. This is my live stream right here. And thank you so much for all the love this morning. For all of you who are tapping the screen and sharing that love, all of you, may you have an incredibly blessed day. May everything you hope and dream to be become true. Those of you who are sharing this love back to me, this gratitude in this space, and sharing that out to the collective, because that's what we're doing, projecting, and that means it's out there, and we're sharing that love and gratitude right now, when you tap the screen and those hearts. Yep, we're teaching the algorithm that people should be seeing this. You're showing me, you hear me, see me, and feel me, and you're reciprocating, but you're sharing that without judgment, without expectation, without ultimatum. You're just tapping the screen to share that love and give it back. And that goes out there. And that's the most important thing we can do, because really we can only be a source of inspiration, not expectation. And when we share that love, when we're vibrating, when we're resonating in those energetic states of existence, and when we are mindfully maintaining those vibrational states of existence, we are moving about our homes, our communities, the supermarkets, our world, and sharing and projecting that energy by way of thought, by way of intention. And it is all absolutely true. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you who are sharing and tapping that screen. Honestly, I love it. And I love every single one of you. And I know I say that redundantly all the time. I don't care who you are, where you're from, who you pray to, salute and worship, and the color of your skin and sleep with. And I really don't. I care that we're trying to be better individually, because if we individually can truly put aside, and here's where that person reported me for hate speech yesterday, if we can truly put aside our egos and our political perspectives and our religious and cultural ideas and the wall and border, if we could put aside the concept of color and race and gender for just a moment and realize that all of them are just words that some little human mind created to identify and label something. They mean nothing. And if we can truly do that, think this is what I was saying yesterday. Imagine, you know the song Imagine from John Lennon? Just let your imagination for a moment really experience that internally. In the live meditation when I hosted the live meditation Saturday, I said to people, I said, when I was a kid, have you ever had a dream where, and I had these a lot when I was a kid, I would have dreams where I got some toy or I went someplace and did something, and I was so excited. Oh my God, I finally got the Millennium Falcon toy that I always wanted. Oh my God, this is great. I'm playing with it and having a great time. And then you wake up from that dream and realize it's not true, and you feel that disappointment, right? Have you ever had that? And so I realized at an early age, I said to myself, wow, that's incredible, because then that means that inside myself, I can create these worlds and images. And if I can close my eyes and imagine myself sitting on a beach, hearing the waves, feeling the coolness of the air, the sun on my skin, if I can imagine that within, and I can really manifest and create those sensations and let myself go, whether I'm awake or I'm asleep, who's to say I'm not really experiencing it? honestly. Just because I'm awake right now and talking to you, when I go to sleep tonight and I'm flying over my neighborhood, or I'm jumping into a black hole, or I'm just floating on the water looking up at the stars. For me, it's as real as speaking to you right now. So when I was a kid, I realized that ability that if I don't like the exterior world, if I don't like the things that are going on, if I don't like the way people are speaking to me, or if the things that I'm seeing and hearing, I have a choice to do this and go within. And I loved it. Ram Dass, and I'm not sure in the complete context of what he was talking about in this, but I caught a clip of him once talking about when he was in a Chinese prison, I believe, or I think it was a Chinese prison. And he was talking about how he would be able to sit there and just meditate in his cell, and he could be anywhere on the planet or beyond that he wanted to be. And it's completely true. It's completely true. And people don't use that ability and power enough because they have a misconception, another misconception. Just like meditation is full of misconceptions because of bad teachings and bad understandings, the same thing with envisioning and imagining your thoughts. You hear people say this to you: imagine the beach. Close your eyes and imagine you're standing on a beach. Excuse me. And some people have said to me, I can't imagine I'm on a beach. And I say, what do you mean you can't imagine you're on a beach? I can't close my eyes and I can't see a beach. And then I look at them and say, okay, your eyes are open with me right now. Look over there. Can you imagine a big giant orange floating in the air? And they look and go, no. And I'm like, it takes me a minute. I always I always have to, I step back for a moment and I say to them, okay, let me rephrase that. Could you, without seeing it, could you just imagine a giant orange taking up that space? You can't see it, but you can just sense what it would feel like if it was there. You can see the space it would take up. You can imagine the color around it. Can you do that? And they go, oh, yeah, of course I can do that. That's it. That is imagining and creating visions in your mind. Now, yes, some people can see them stronger, and in time, you might probably too. But it's not like when people go, "Oh yeah, I could see a an imaginary cactus standing in front of me." It's not like they're wearing augmented reality headsets or virtual reality. They're not seeing a three-dimensional physical object here because it's not there. They're imagining, envisioning it, imagining it where it would be on the floor and the three-dimensional space, and they're imagining the shape of it. And you could do this too. So when we close our eyes, here, for example, just humor me for a moment, okay? Just close your eyes. Now, as soon as you close your eyes, you can feel this like shift into your stillness, this sense of disconnect. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Yeah, open your eyes. There we go. One more time with me. And when we close our eyes this time, have that awareness, that focus and attention to your eyes and the feeling and sensation of your body. Be aware of it now. Your eyes are open. The frequencies of the room, the feeling, the energy, the sounds, the air, the pressure, you can sense and feel it all. When we close our eyes and bring our awareness to that simple action, you feel this slight disconnect, a slight little shift. With me, close your eyes. Take a moment. Sense that nice feeling of stillness, that peaceful feeling you get by simply closing your eyes. What are our eyes? It's just simply a camera. It's a biological camera that lets us see this reality, just like our ears hear, our mouths taste, our hands touch. And we bring that information inside here to this space. our sacred space. And in here, we have the option of processing it, observing it, fully understanding it with patience and time and care, or we have the option of just spontaneously reacting to it from everything we have experienced previously before this moment. So, this space we're in right now, this sacred space within, where I've told you nobody can take anything away from you, and in here you can be as free as you want, as free as you want. Think of the things that you imagine that you can't tell anybody else. In here, it's quite okay to experience them, feel them, sense them, try to understand why they're there. This is the truest version of you. And the more we sit in this space, the more space and silence and stillness we allow ourselves to experience in here, the more we become and feel this stillness as a dominant part of our reality, of our awareness and being. The problem is we're constantly shifting our energy and emotions all day long without mindfully maintaining it. But this, when I stop talking, that's where the magic happens. And as we've had our breathing for our anger, looking into the nothingness of the mind's eye, you can also imagine and create. Just as I've said, you don't have to see the beach, you don't have to see the sun or the water or the sand, but you have felt the sun on your face. You have seen the water and you have felt the sand. You know what the ocean air smells like. You know what the sun on your face feels like when you're just sitting there on the beach, just relaxing. So, right now, with me, just imagine that the surroundings around you that you can't see right now because your eyes are closed are not the room you're in, but that perfect beach, palm trees, crystal clear blue skies, ocean as clear as a glass of water, soft, pure white sand. Staring out, you can see the reflection of the palm leaves moving on the sand. My dog is here barking with us. We're just relaxing. You can be anywhere you want to be. It doesn't matter what sounds are going on around us. It doesn't matter what thoughts pop into our mind. We are the creators of our reality. And if you don't like what you're seeing and hearing out there in the exterior world, then you can shut it off. Step within and do this. No judgments, no expectations, just simply being. Take a deep breath into the center of your chest. And when you do, if you've been sitting relaxed, lengthen your body and pick yourself up. If you're laying down, stretch yourself out, lengthen your body. Take another deep breath into the center of your chest. Wiggle your toes and fingers a little bit. Bring your awareness to the body, the sensations and the feelings. Take one more breath in. Keep your eyes closed. Let that breath out. Continue to keep your eyes closed. And just take 60 seconds. 60 seconds. 1 minute to sit with me in silence, and then slowly open your eyes when you feel ready. Go ahead. Sit in silence. All right, maybe a little longer than 60 seconds. That's okay. I didn't want to open my eyes. That felt so good. So when you open your eyes, as I say all the time, you can still feel that, just that sense of stillness and calmness, that sense of no expectation, no judgment, just being without processing and thinking and wanting. But then when all those thoughts or those sounds, like the dog barking, we can't do anything about them. We let them appear and we just come back within. Here's another thought. Just come back within, let it pass by. You don't resist, you don't block ever. So when you hear those words in meditation, when somebody says block out, force out thoughts, that is not a meditation teacher. It is not a meditation teacher. You never, ever force or block out thoughts in meditation. All right? You don't force and block out sounds around you. You let everything be as it should be. Your entire purpose of meditating is becoming the observer of your thoughts and emotions. And the only way to become the observer of your thoughts and emotions is to observe your thoughts and emotions in a safe space with tools and techniques that you can use to keep you disconnected from becoming consumed by those thoughts and emotions. Is it okay if my whole head drops to my chin? 100%. 100%. As long, Rosie, as long as King of the Board, I love the beach, right? Isn't it so beautiful, man, that we could do that? And you're walking through the woods and you were just at the beach. Isn't that awesome? But Rosie, yeah, it is. I say all the time, and thank you so much for the love over here. I see you. I see you. Right back to you. May today just be insanely amazing for you. I hope you can't get that smile off your face all day. May you just be filled with abundant joy. Thank you. Rosie, it is. But I personally have serious neck issues. And it's so funny you said that, because just when we were coming out of the meditation, I was thinking to myself how incredible I feel right now. And I saw my chiropractor this morning, Dr. Darren at Discover Medical Center in Spring Grove, Illinois. Not a promotion, but if you live in Illinois and you want to see an incredible chiropractor, Dr. Darren is the man. So I saw him this morning. I feel incredible. So for me, Rosie, I try to avoid that. Although I do, once I get right about here, let me sit sideways for a second. This is great. Rosie, I'm so glad you asked this question, because we're going to kill two birds. I'm not even going to say that. We're going to get two things done out of one, because I have a bird and I love birds. So I hate that saying. So first off, when I say sit upright in an upright position, your spine can support yourself. The same thing I used to tell my drum students is, you don't want to sit, you see drummers playing like this, right? You see them playing like this all the time, right? You can't play drums like that. And you can't play drums like this either. You play drums, which a lot of them do, it's going to hurt. But you can play drums like this and you can be above and ergonomically set up, right? So you want good spine support, good hip support. So when we're meditating, I always say take that breath in and raise your shoulders. And when you exhale, don't exhale and lean back. Don't exhale and lean forward. Exhale and let your shoulders go down. And your spine supports itself. Like I'm completely relaxed right now. My back is supportive. But what happens when we meditate and we're relaxing, we just sit there and we just keep talking like this. And we eventually get to this. So right about here, Rosie, right when I get here, I can start to feel it pull on my C6 and C7 rupture. So I get a lot of discomfort here, which goes all the way down this area and then around my back and chest. And I get like these false heart attack feelings all the time, these spasms and numbness. I get spasms in my left side of my chest and numbness in my left arm, which great. I'm never going to know, but I'm sure if that's the case, I would know. I'm just kidding. Knock wood. So when I'm meditating, I really try to be careful. But as I'm meditating, when I get to this, there is that sensation of discomfort. So for me, you'll see me move myself, or you'll see when I'm meditating, sometimes I'll adjust my arm. If I can't breathe into the pain and discomfort, I adjust and move out of it. But to answer your question, Rosie, yes, if your neck is good and you have good posture and your head kind of goes forward like this, it's okay. But we are retraining and conditioning our bodies to be something we're not because of our phones. Everybody now is looking like this. Everyone's getting round shouldered. You walk into the chiropractor's office and everybody's looking down at this phone. Nobody, I just can't understand the concept that why can't people, are we so lazy? Think about this. Are we really so complacent that we can't go like this? Just the action of lifting our arm is too hard. So if you have good posture and good neck strength, Rosie, by all means, if you feel comfortable and it's not hurting you, I've discussed before this neck lock. I know it kind of looks weird as I'm trying to explain it. Sorry, I'm kicking stuff here. If you're sitting like this, right, and you just let your almost throat and upper chest move forward slightly, you can see how the back of your neck kind of kicks up, right? So you can also relax your body like that, your shoulders and chest out. If you can see that, it's very mild. You're bringing your head up, and right there, it's your head, the weight of your head is just at that balancing point where it's going back. So you can meditate like this too. And believe it or not, this position, although it looks weird and it doesn't look anything like everybody else you see like this meditating, is a bazillion times better for you than this. So I personally, oh, look at that. I have my mic plugged in here, like I'm talking to you through my microphone. And I just realized it's not plugged into TikTok this morning because I have my charger in there. I apologize, TikTok, for the audio sounding weird this morning. I apologize for that. I didn't realize that. So yeah, you definitely want to be mindful of it. If you get aches and pains and stuff, that's why I say all the time, you can lean back like this. You can lean your head back. You could just relax like this. I'll fall asleep like this. They also sell online. They're called blackjacks. I don't know why they're called blackjacks, because a blackjack is actually an old police weapon, like a billy club back in the old days, those little flat leather, like pancake looking things. That's a blackjack, like a small little billy club. But blackjack in meditation, it's not backjack, it's blackjack. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it is backjack. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't own one, so that's why I don't know. But somebody had one at the meditation I just hosted the other day, and I finally got to see one. And it's like the lounge chair, how you adjust it. It's just that part so you can support your back and sit up. It doesn't have neck support, which I'm kind of surprised they don't just make them a little higher with like some kind of attachable pillow. Let's do it. But yeah. Oh, I broke my neck. I know what you mean. Oh my God. Oh my God. I wish I would have saw that 5 minutes ago, because then my answer would have been no. No, Rosie, if you have a neck, if you have a neck injury, then I would do everything. I have a neck injury, and I really try to do, even just now, those little examples that I've just done for you, I feel that back there. So I'll just readjust myself a little bit and just make sure that I'm kind of mindful of that spot today, because I just had an adjustment and I don't want to ruin that. But yeah, if you have a bad neck, if you had previous neck issues, I would definitely support my neck, or really just sit and be very mindful of it. As I said, so, my neck does go down at times and stuff. And just because we just get in that state and it's the position we're in. But I would really say ultimately comes down to you knowing your body. Foster Beach is my favorite in Chicago. I've never even heard of it, man. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen any beaches up here. I've just started to look. Feels amazing. Process them. Love you. Thank you so much. I am the Overlander. Thank you. I've been looking at some of the lakes and rivers and stuff up here, because I really think I'd like to start like kayaking and stuff like that, just to have some of that like solitude and connect with a little bit of nature around here and stuff. And I don't, hiking, not that I'm in bad shape or anything. I'm just not in a point in life where I just really feel like climbing and huffing and puffing and beating myself up just to enjoy and connect with nature. You know what I mean? So, but I'll definitely look it up, man. I really appreciate that. Somebody else just made another suggestion of someplace up here for me to take a look at. So that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. And what is it? 10:46. So yeah, we're good. We're good. Fairly short day today. Nice short day, calm day. I really appreciate here. I appreciate all the love and stuff that you guys have shared with me today. And what do we got here? My name is Ben. I love popping in from time to time. Well, Ben, I love having you in here from time to time. And you can always watch all of these videos, Ben, every day. You're on YouTube right now, Ben, and these videos go up. YouTube does some kind of processing, and then like within an hour or so, they're available. They're immediately available on God bless YouTube, brother. They're immediately available on Instagram. And I usually share the TikTok version in my private Facebook group, McHenry Meditation. But since the audio today is probably going to be a little bit weird on this one, I'll share the one from Instagram, because I have now this microphone thing here. This one, see, it probably sounds really good right now if it's in my close like this on Instagram, but they're so big and so weird when you wear them, that I just kind of just keep it in front of me. But it does probably sound better when it's closer to you like this. But I'm just not one of those people like, hey everybody, how you doing? So I just kind of gently leave it right here in front of me and hope that does it enough. But thank you so much for all the love and the likes this morning, and thank you so much. What is that? What do you got there? What are your thoughts on the jazz cabbage? What's your thoughts on the jazz cabbage, the spiritual awakening with the spiritual awakening? The jazz cabbage? I'm not sure what do you mean by jazz cabbage? The spiritual awakening is a very real thing. And we'll end with that. Let's just hold that there. I won't even look and see if anything else comes up. But what is a spiritual awakening? And you might know, but I'll give you my definition. When you hear somebody say, oh, I had my awakening in 2011. Okay. You had that moment, that epiphany, where you realized, holy shit, this is not how the world was meant to be. I get it. But an awakening is a very rude thing. Your spiritual awakening is like is when you realize how much of society and life and the things you've been taught are just complete nonsense, and they go against the grain of everything you truly feel inside. So there you are. You've got this, oh my God, epiphany moment. But then it's kind of like catastrophic. You're like, well, what do I do? You just had this moment of awakening where you get it. You feel these senses and this elation inside, but then there's this fear and anxiety of, oh my God, what do I do now in life? So you have to go through this whole process. And that is the path of enlightenment. You have your awakening, and then you live on the path of enlightenment. And what happens in most cases, what happens in, I would almost dare say, 90% of the spiritual nonsense you see online is somebody may have that moment. Yep, I'm awake. Politics sucks. Religion sucks. This sucks. This sucks. But you know what? You suck. And my wife does this, and my husband does this, and oh, my kids are this. So you're not really awake. You had that moment, but you did nothing with it. You just succumbed right back to the ego. So many people who say, oh, yeah, I'm awake, I woke up, they're still embracing and living in their ego, especially when you see them online and they're doing that hand waving stuff like this. And, oh, I'm removing the toxins and the negative energy. They're feeding their egos and their bank accounts by your wallet, but they're feeding their egos. It's nothing spiritual about it. It's just hogwash. It's nonsense. So when you have that spiritual awakening, you get to that point where, oh my God, that's where you have to go within. You've got to now shift your perspective, because you just can't still be that narcissist or that damaged person and believe you're walking around like Yoda. And that's the problem. People are like, oh, I had my awakening, now I'm Yoda. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're little Anakin Skywalker just going for a walk. I mean, you're nowhere near it yet. And you have to go within. You've got to reassess your life. You've got to reprocess your life. You've got to come to terms with things, shift your perspective, embrace your forgiveness, do all of these things so you see and hear and interact with the world presently in a different way. And you look in the future without fear and anxiety, but you look at it with openness. Let life unfold before you naturally, without resistance and expectation. Be here now in the present moment from a place of love and gratitude, and look back at your past with infinite gratitude for all of the joy you've had and for all the horrors you've experienced, because they are your greatest lessons. Then, my friend, you can start talking shit to people just like me. And until tomorrow, my friends, I love you. Thank you for being here. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.